Non-title fight, but scheduled for 5-minute rounds.
Ready? Ready? Let's fight!
And here we go! Henderson in the long white trunks. The bad boy trunks for Hua. That right hand is always ready to go. Cocked and in position to finish the fight, Dan Henderson.
I think one of the keys to this fight for Shogun will be Shogun takes Henderson down. Henderson's got a guillotine, he's got a front choke.
Incredible strength, Joe. Can he choke him out? Can he get him from this position?
He's got a front choke and he hit him with a knee and a big punch.
Big shots.
Shogun's in big trouble.
Covering up.
He's standing right in front of him.
Henderson.
Shogun is a bloody mess already.
Henderson off to a great start.
Shogun's bloody, but his eyes are clear, Mike.
Watch for the right hand again.
Oh!
Big shots by Hendo. Shogun desperately trying to get this fight to the ground.
Who would have ever thought that would be the case?
I was just thinking the same thing. Henderson, 41 years old.
Henderson's got double underhooks and he throws Shogun to the ground.
And
he just walks away.
Wow. Are we really seeing the best Dan Henderson here in the last few years? Nice knee. Sometimes all the stars just align with your training and your nutrition and your life. And Henderson coming off the big one with Fedor, now looking to take out Shogun for a triumphant return to the octagon. And off to a good start.
What I was beginning to say before that first barrage happened was that I think that one of the keys to victory for Shogun will be attacking the legs of Dan Henderson, trying to take away some of the explosion out of his thighs, and utilizing all the techniques of Muay Thai. Dan particularly throws inside leg kicks and ruthless right hands. That's a combination that he favors, whereas Shogun will throw knees, elbows, everything.
There's the right hand. Followed with the left. Just over 90 seconds on the clock here in the first round. Good start for Henderson. Uppercut by Shogun. Shogun finding his range. Got a shot in on Henderson and he's looking for some ground and
Henderson's
pound.
holding on to a single, but he's getting tagged. Henderson's going to try to get this takedown now. Shogun back to his feet, needs a right hand.
Big right hand. Henderson handled that barrage of punches very methodically. Shogun with the uppercut.
Shogun's looking for that uppercut over and over again, Mike. He sees something in the stance of Dan Henderson. Dan tends to crouch forward. He gets real low. Nice right hand by Dan.
Pushing forward is Shogun now. Nice knee by Henderson. Under 30 seconds on the clock here in the first. That Greco-Roman background of Dan Henderson makes him so good in positions like this where they clinch. Great upper body control.
Shogun's got to use this opportunity to try to knee those legs.
Round one in the books.
Fight!
Round two.
The more Shogun can turn this into a technical striking battle instead of a wild, crazy slugfest, the better he comes out. Dan has an incredible chin and ruthless power, but Mauricio is the more technically sound and diverse striker.
And a very vicious kicker. Gets Henderson with the jab as Dan was on his way in. Swings, ducked under, and the knee. Again, they work in the clinch. 28 career wins for Henderson. 20 career wins for Shogun. Shogun, one of 8 Brazilians in UFC history to hold a UFC belt. The most recent, Junior dos Santos. Big right hand, uppercut!
Huge uppercut. And a big left hook
To the body.
And Shogun countered with a nice left hook there. But Henderson definitely with the bigger shots.
Shogun trying to utilize some movement to try to get into that technical matchup that you talked about before, Joe.
He's also trying to get away from the cage.
Henderson trying to set up the right hand. The shots that Henderson has landed have really slowed the pace of Shogun's attack.
Yeah, his punches seem to be a little labored, a little slower than normal.
And I think a lot of that can be attributed to what Henderson has been able to land thus far.
Yeah, unquestionable. But he's still plowing forward.
As he always does. I mean, both of these men have been in the deep waters before.
Yeah, and it's interesting with this pace. This is a 5-round fight.
Yeah. Dana White making that change, making main events on frequent occasion, even a non-title fight, a 5-round fight. Tonight is one of those. Munoz and Lieben was the first one. And the wrestler was the winner that night. A deep breath taken by both men.
And I was just about to say, I'm surprised Dan's not working his legs with some knees, and he just threw
Grab the
one.
fence, Dan. Hands out the fence,
There's
man.
still a few. I think both men are conscious of this being a 5-round fight.
Just over a minute on the clock here in the second. And that's exactly the case, is they know they need to pace themselves.
Dance position, gentlemen. Let's work.
Because it was a frenetic pace in round one.
Let's work, gentlemen. All right, clean break, clean break.
Henderson looks up at the clock. Just over 30 seconds remaining here in the second of a potential 5-minute round.
Good right hand from Shogun.
Swings
There,
and goes
standing
for the
right in
uppercut
front of
again.
each other, Mike.
Yeah. Great slip and rip a moment ago by Henderson. Both men are trying to set up that one punch or one kick knockout. Final seconds of the round. Sold out HP Pavilion.
Let's fight.
Josh Rosenthal said last round, and Dan goes, no, 3 more. Maybe. Henderson's corner seemed very confident that Shogun was out of gas.
He looked at the end of that round. He definitely looked tired. And that has been a problem with Shogun in the past. It was a problem in his debut in the UFC against Forrest Griffin. It was a problem in his fight with Mark Coleman. He has had stamina issues.
Right in front of our broadcast position. Uppercut by Henderson. But he got wobbled.
Henderson's measuring from that punch.
Nice kick.
Took a kick to the body. Shogun tried to take Henderson down.
And Henderson actually went for the single. But right back to the feet. It's amazing, Joe, that this fight never happened before. But man, so far, well worth the wait. Off the shoulder of Henderson that time.
I think this is the perfect time for this fight. I really do.
It's in the perfect place, that's for sure. Oh, big right hand! Trying to finish it right here!
He's hurt.
Big shots! Henderson looking to finish the fight!
Shogun's covering up, and he's hurt bad.
That's a finger in the face, man.
Shogun has his hands clasped together. That will save him a little time. And he's going to try to sweep Dan.
What a warrior Shogun is.
He's going to attack a leg.
Henderson's got to be careful.
He needs to get further in to get the heel hook, though. He needs to get closer. He needs to get his thigh closer to Dan's hips, because right now it's not in the right position.
Henderson's out. And both men are back up.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
The Shogun's face is a bloody mess, Mike. It's swollen. His left eye is swollen. And he's hurt badly. He's just hanging on here right now.
Both of them. Both men exhausted.
But no question about it, Dan Henderson has done the most damage.
Work, gentlemen.
By a long shot.
But it's this warrior spirit, it's this heart, it's this courage, the determination that have made both of these men two of the most successful fighters in mixed martial arts history. The fact that Shogun is still battling here in the 3rd round.
Keep the fingers out of the cage. Keep the fingers out of the cage. Shogun, keep the fingers out of the cage. Keep the hand out of the cage, Shogun.
Big, deep breaths from Henderson. Dan was so close to finishing that fight. But a nice job done by Josh Rosenthal to not stop it. 1 minute.
Oh, vicious elbows by Dan. And Shogun has Dan down.
And now Shogun pouring it on Henderson.
He's got his back.
45 seconds on the clock here in round 3. Maybe Henderson was right when he told Rosenthal 3 more are going to be left. 20 seconds on the clock here in the third.
Good shot by Shogun.
Final seconds of the third round.
A huge cut over the left eye of Shogun. You can see it, Mike.
How good is this?
Shogun's left eye is a mess, Mike. But what a warrior. Both these guys.
Non-title fight, but scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds, round 4. Looking for the single.
Shogun with the takedown.
Shogun, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt after only 4 years.
But Dan's gonna get his back now. Shogun's gotta be careful. Shogun is trying to get, oh, look at that, Dan got him in a crucifix.
Great position for Henderson. Looking for the choke.
He's got the choke, but Shogun rolled into the choke. Dan mounted up. Shogun's gonna go for a leg lock again. He can't get it.
And Henderson's out.
What a fight.
Unbelievable. One of the best of all time. Between two of the best of all time. Shogun landed the uppercut. Takedown.
Takedown. Into side control. Shogun's trying to hip escape a bit to get his right knee under. There he goes. He's got his right knee in place. Dan wisely scoots his hips out, corrects. Now Shogun has got half guard. He will go under. He will go under for the sweep. He goes under with his right arm. And while he's doing that, Dan is trying to one-arm guillotine him. Shogun has to be careful here. Dan has a wicked grip. Shogun is in trouble here.
Yep, Henderson.
His arm is trapped.
Yep, Henderson, now he lost it.
He lost it, but Shogun lost the sweep as well because he lost the underhook on Dan's left leg. Now Shogun goes to full guard.
Fingers in the
But
face,
feet on the hips.
Round 4 of our main event. Henderson staying heavy on Shogun. Right hand.
Dan's got to look out for the up kick. Big right hand by Dan. Oh! Knees to the body.
Past the midway point of the 4th.
And Shogun's up. And he falls down again.
Watch for the right hand, Dan Henderson, right here, right now. This is why mixed martial arts is the fastest growing sport in the world. Uppercut Shogun.
Yeah, Shogun is looking to counter that right hand, keeping his guard up high, and sneak that uppercut through. Dan's taking big deep breaths now, Mike.
And Dan's really shaking that hand out. He might have done some damage to it, Joe.
Well, he broke it when he knocked out Vanderlei Silva. He has hurt it in the past.
Yeah, and he's not quite there. It's back in the pocket. But he's not firing it like he was earlier.
Big shot by Shogun. Dan's in trouble.
And he wants the takedown. Goes into that autopilot mode of a
Shogun
wrestler.
got out. He hit with a shot.
Oh! Henderson came right back with the stutter step. Shogun starting to get the momentum.
Dan is exhausted, Mike. Look at him.
Shogun with under 45 seconds left in the fourth. Takedown.
Shogun with the takedown. And Dan just took a huge deep breath.
30 seconds. Shogun trying to finish it here. Henderson looking to survive.
Shogun's got his back.
It's got time to work.
He lost it. What a fight.
10 seconds left in the fourth.
What a fight. And Dan right now is just hanging on to him. Wow. What a good move it is, turning this into a 5-round fight. Dan Henderson is still hurt, Mike.
Gentlemen, this is the last round. Let's fight.
Fifth and final round.
Shogun on top, inside control. But he's got to get Dan away from the cage. Dan can use his feet right now to explode off the cage.
41-year-old Dan Henderson
Nice knee to the body by Shogun.
against 29-year-old Mauricio Shogun Hua. Fifth and final round. Hendo almost had it finished earlier.
Full
Shogun.
mount again.
Full mount on Henderson.
I think Shogun just spit his mouthpiece out. Either that or Dan did.
Henderson was able to reverse earlier.
Shogun has got to get ahead an arm and scoot forward. Get Dan away from that cage. Grab a grip on his arm and scoot him forward.
Look at Shogun. Henderson trying to protect himself, trying to get out of this position.
Shogun's trying to maintain the mount. He lost it. But he's in half guard now.
This is just true heart.
It's a wide open half guard. If Shogun wants to get his right leg free, he can.
Trying to pull it through, Joe. Trying to push down with that left foot and get that right leg free. Henderson holding on, controlling posture. Under 3 minutes left in the fight.
He's more held in place by exhaustion than anything, and now he gets the full mount again.
Henderson trying to work his way up.
Hammer fist, he's got his back. He's got him flattened out. He's gonna go for an arm triangle here. He's got the right arm trapped. Dan's trying to defend with his left. But if Shogun can slide that right arm all the way through, he's got the choke. He's got it right there.
Big hammer fist.
He might not have enough strength to pull off that choke. He might want to just maintain the position. And Dan, good hip escape by Dan. He got to half guard again. Nope, full mount one more time.
Just over 2 now.
Back of the head, Mauricio, back of the head.
This classic matchup that we've waited a lifetime for
Big shot by Shogun.
has turned into one of the greatest fights in mixed martial arts history. Under 2 on the
Back of the head,
clock.
Mauricio.
Again, Shogun trying to get that right leg free, and he does. Full mount one more time. Dan Henderson is absolutely exhausted. Here comes the elbows.
90 seconds, Joe. Man, if it goes the distance, what a tough job our judges are going to have.
Well, this is a big round. This has got to be a 10-8 round for Shogun. But then again, there's got to be at least one round that was a 10-8 round for Dan.
Yep. Just over a minute remaining in this battle.
I just don't know if Shogun has the energy to actually finish. He's trying, though. Now he's going after it. Hammer fist.
Hendo trying to get out of this position.
Dan hip escaped. He got to half guard. Shogun's gonna try to get that leg out again.
You want to talk about leaving it all in the octagon. Dan Henderson and Mauricio Shogun, who have entertained millions tonight.
Mounts again.
Under 30 seconds remain.
He's smothering Dan here.
15 seconds.
Very hard for Dan to breathe here. Mauricio smothering him.
Unbelievable fight.
Mounts again.
They go the distance. 25 minutes.
And here's the first. This is where Dan cracked Mauricio and had him in all sorts of trouble. And that's where Shogun caught Dan behind the head. Now here's the second round. And that's the round where Dan really put it to Shogun. The third round again, Henderson with a big right hand. Huge punches on the ground. Mauricio goes for a heel hook, not quite in the proper position to get it, but used it to get back to his feet. Now here Shogun takes Dan down. The fourth round, Shogun with a big uppercut. Had Dan in all sorts of trouble. Takes him down, and finally the fifth and final round was really all Shogun. He got this takedown, scrambled, got the side control, got to mount several times, landed a lot of ground and pound, and Dan spent the majority of this round on his back defending himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 48-47, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Dan!